everybody? Welcome to a wrestling review on the Pile Driver podcast. I am 1/3 of the channel, joined by the other 2/3 of this channel.
Herman
and Chris.
Yes, so today I decided we'll be reviewing not one, but two wrestling shows because I didn't know if each show was going to be enough to cover in a full video. And hey, this may be fun. This is different. And who knows, maybe we'll be doing more double reviews, triple reviews, whatever the case may be in the future. So, without further ado, let's jump right in to this Impact Under Siege 2022 review.
All right. I would say Madison Rain and Gil Shaw. Gil Shaw. It's great. It was actually a pretty good match. This is more for the women's tag team championships, knockouts, I say. And I love that Shaw's partner with her was Eddie's wife. So it was interesting to see that. I totally forgot that was actually happening. It wasn't a bad match. I think it was not that bad. I think the ending was pretty cool. I like the freaking knee strike right to the face. That's pretty much all I'm about to say. I'd probably give it I don't know, 6.
All right, and Chris?
And for me, well, this Madison, I'm not too familiar with Impact. This is first time impressions. And so far it was kind of okay. But besides that little knee thing, I wasn't too impressed. So it was okay for me. It's like a 5. It was just like meh. No disrespect for them though. It's just I wasn't feeling it.
And you know what? Yeah, no disrespect to them whatsoever. This wasn't a bad match, in my opinion, whatsoever. But I don't know. It just felt like the crowd wasn't very invested. I wasn't very invested. But I will say Shaw looked good at certain points. And so I'm still surprised Madison Rain is still in the game. That's wild. I remember watching her back in like 2012, 2013. Now, and she's still here. It's interesting. But yeah, so with that being said, though, I'm going to give it a 4.5. So next match.
All right, next is Steve Macklin versus Chris Sabin. This is actually a match I was actually anticipating because they had a big rivalry in the show recently. This is a great match, actually. Great, let's say fight show too. Steve Macklin going balls to the wall with all the spears. Chris Sabin with all the high flying. It was a great match to see, and Chris Sabin finished it off with the cradle shock, and it was a great match. I would give this a 7.
And then for me,
All right.
I really enjoyed Chris Sabin's match type. I wasn't too familiar because at first I was kind of feeling like, oh, this match is just going to be like another whatever, since I wasn't really impressed with the first match. But I was pretty shocked because Chris Sabin has like a lot of cool moves, and same thing for Steve McLean. They gave it all out, and I would love to see this guy perform more often. But it was dink. I can't say more than that.
All right. You got a rating for the match, man?
A 7.
All right. Both of you guys are giving it 7s. So it looks like I'm going to be the black sheep in this one, but that's okay. So I really like Chris Sabin. I remember him back from 2013 times as well, and he actually once was an Impact champion from my memory. So, well, back then it was the TNA heavyweight title, but you get the point. You get the point. The dude looks like he has not aged at all, and that is very, very impressive to say the least. But his opponent, however, I just was not very impressed by. He just couldn't get me engaged in this match whatsoever. And Chris did all that he could, but I don't know. His opponent genuinely took me out, and it just wasn't very engaging for me. But it wasn't a bad match again, so I'm going to give this a 5.5.
All right, it's a fair thing. I know it's Steve Macklin isn't a lot, but if you watched a recent match with Steve Macklin, Chris Sabin, and Jay White, that was a fairly good match, to say the least. So let's go on for the next one. Deanna Purrazzo gets frustrated with the question from the interviewer. This was actually kind of funny. It was just a pre-match happening before the championship match between Valkyrie and Purrazzo. She just gets angry because of how the interviewer talked about losing both titles, and she got really mad about this. It was a pretty good interview. Then we go into the Triple A Reina de Reinas championship match, which it was pretty good. It was kind of disappointing ending with a roll up. I kind of wanted to see the fall of Valhalla, or sorry, fall of Valkyries. It was kind of disappointing, but it was still a good match. Perazo did do a lot to actually get the win. But what happened after the match was bigger, but I will say that a little bit later. But I could probably give this probably a 7, just because I didn't like the ending of it.
Fair enough. And then what do you think, Chris?
And I guess I'm gonna be the black sheep again, since Danny was the last time. I didn't really enjoy this match. In fact, I don't know if there was like a botch intentionally or not, but there was a point where there were two of them fighting, and then it was obviously that there was a count to three for what's her name? No, not Taya Valkyrie.
Leona?
Yeah, there you go. That she pretty much won it, but the referee's like, no, 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 it didn't happen. Even the announcer's just like, wait a minute, that was a botch. But this is probably one of the weakest matches for me in this whole pay per view thing. Really didn't enjoy it. It was just kind of amateurish, as harsh as that saying. Plus a little outburst like, "I want the title, give me the title," and then she just loses, and I was like, "Oh, that was stupid." Okay,
There was a botch counter in this match. I remember that too. It was a really bad botch counter, I think by a sling blade counter. It was very bad botch too.
Mm, yeah. This wasn't the most clean cut match. I can agree with both you guys there. But what I will say, I'm going to probably have a different opinion here. I thought this was a decent match. Nothing spectacular by any means. And it did have a disappointing finish. I agree with that. But I don't know. Part of me just was thoroughly entertained with what I was seeing. So I'm going to give it a 6 and not be too harsh. But now, Berman, I'm going to let you talk about that return.
Yes, the most surprising return. Mia Yim returns to Impact. Everyone thought she would go to AEW with her husband Keith Lee, but she returns to Impact because that was her home beforehand when she was Jade in Impact very long time ago, and she saved Tyra Valkyrie from Peraza's attack, and it was a great return to see Mia Yim come back. I would say off the bat.
Yeah, honestly, it was a very, very dope entrance, to say the least. And the one thing I could say is that just within like this one appearance, she feels more important than WWE has ever made her look, and that's honestly saying quite a bit. Well, no, actually, no, it's not. No, it's no, it's not. But honestly, this moment was very nice, and I was very happy to see Mia Yim pop up. She is a great and underrated talent, and WWE should have definitely done more with her during her time. Even though part of me is disappointed that she didn't get signed by AEW, and I'm just happy for her that she is in a wrestling promotion in general.
Yeah, that's completely true. I would say. Chris, do you have anything to say about the Mia Yim at all?
well, like I said, I'm not too familiar with these characters, but I liked her appearance from what I saw. So if there's another pay per view or more Impact Wrestling, I'll definitely check her out. But yeah, I'm
Yeah,
kind of like spaced out over here. I'm just like, oh, I need to
that's
watch more
fair.
wrestling.
That's fair.
But I also liked how, Impact was able to kind of tie in the fact that Dayona lost on Dynamite uh, last week. So there was a very nice tie into her story right now, whatever that may be. So yeah, now let's talk about the next match.
Yeah, the next match is going to be Impact X Division Championship match, Ace Austin versus Trey Miguel. But before that, Trey Miguel did do an interview for this match, and it was a good match, just talking about how the X Division made him and became this. And no one knows about Trey Miguel. Trey Miguel is used to be part of the Rascals with Nash Carter and Wes Lee, and their tag teams there, tag team championships there. But they went on his own, became champion, and lost it against Ace last last pay per view. But now is for a rematch. This match actually I loved seeing. I always loved seeing Austin and Trey. Ace Austin with these kicks, the springboard kicks, and all the Trey Miguel combos that he went for. I think this was a great match. I love the ending with the shoulder in the post rolling through into the fold. One of the best finishers to see the fold. And I'll probably give this a 8 because I love seeing this great high flying type of match.
All right, interesting thought. How about you, Chris?
And then for me too, another banger. But unfortunately, there was another botch in this match. Like it was great. I enjoyed it. But again, there was a moment at time where there was another roll up event where it counted to three, and it wasn't supposed to happen. But outside of that, the match was perfect. I liked every moment. There's high flyers, especially from Ace Austin, and then Trey Miguel going at it. So I liked it. But besides that little botch, I would give it like a 7. But I'm just like, oh,
I'm I'm honestly going to agree with that rating. 7. This was a good match, and honestly, Ace Austin looked good. Trey Miguel looked good, and yeah, that's all I really have to say about that. I can't really add on too much to what these two have already said. So yeah, now let's talk about these staple wars.
Yes, or we call the faction wars, the factions between on Impact, the Bullet Club, and Honor No More. This is a great faction war, I would say off the bat. All the entrance was great to see the people come out, and this was a great match. All the references with the scratches on the backs, every single one of the members did it. The reference to Jay White's and the other guy's match. Forgot freaking the guy who does Climax. He the match at who had a really big great match and kind of big thing between those two. But the match was great. The finish was great. The introduction of Canellis to distract uh sorry to distract Anderson to get the win by the Proton Pack. And Honor No More wins the faction war. And I'll give this probably a 7.5. I would just love to see these two fight.
All right, fair rating. And then Chris, what do you think about Bullet Club versus Honor No More?
well, from what I saw, I was really surprised that we were going to see Jay White in this match. I'm like, oh my god, it's actually happening. And besides that, the match was pretty solid. I kind of want to know more about this faction war sort of stuff because I was a bit confused, but overall, I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. Because I think I would appreciate the match a little more if I knew like the backstory history between the Bullet Club and Honor No More. But even though Honor No More end up winning or whatever, like you said before, there's many cool throwbacks. I mean, like I said, I'm not too familiar, but from what I saw from the fans in the crowd, they're popping off pretty hard. And the main star was definitely Jay White and the other guy, Burby. What was his name? Like they were popping off super super hard for them two to go at it from the No More Honor peep dudes.
Man, are you talking about Eddie Edwards, Kenny King?
It
No, the guy who does Climax. I forgot
yeah
that guy's name.
yeah that dude. But basically, when they were going at it, I'm just like, yo, I'm buying this. So this match is getting a 7.5 from me too.
All right,
Haven. Matt Haven.
Oh, there we go. Yeah,
Matt
that
Haven.
was fucking awesome.
Oh boy, I'm the
Oh
black sheep again.
oh oh no.
Well, so here we go. I thought this match was decent enough, and I thought it was pretty cool seeing how into it the crowd was, and everybody did get their moments to shine, and I appreciate that. But the thing that constantly threw me off about this match, well, a few things that threw me off about this match is at one point I felt like they just completely forgot rules whenever everyone just started like brawling in the ring and whatnot, and at times it kind of almost made me forget who the hell the legal man was. And then the second huge problem I had was honestly the back Greeks were honestly very cheesy and cringe in my opinion. And these are supposed to be like two badass staples or factions, and seeing them just do stupid back scratches to each other for 10 straight minutes was just retarded in my opinion. So with that being said, I'm going to give this a 6 and move on.
Oh, all right, that's fair. Just to clarify to Chris really quickly, the big thing between those two were because Honor No More costed the Gallows and Anderson the championships
Hmm.
from VO VOD, VVD, and they kind of got in a big heat between those two. That's pretty much a clarification why this happened between those two.
Okay, cool. Gotcha. I was just like, damn. But it's good to know.
Yeah, that's fair. Now, in my honest opinion, this is probably going to be the worst match. I really didn't like that match. It was okay, but it wasn't the best match. This is the Impact Knockouts World Championship match. Dr. Steel versus Havoc. This was not a. It was not a. It was just really weird, and I just didn't like that much. It was pretty good. It was not that. It was not that bad, but it was just not exciting. I like Tasha Steele sometimes, like when she fought against Mickey James. That was a great match, but against Havoc, it just didn't work out in my opinion. I'd say just I like the ending was not that bad. It was the what's it called, the crucifix bomb finish that she does, and she wins the championship. I didn't like the match that much. I'll probably give it a 5. Just didn't feel that much about this match.
All right. You know what? Yeah, that's fair. And then what about you, Chris?
And then for me, I know it seems kind of bad because I'm just knocking down the women's matches, but this was, just, if not just as bad as the previous match. And I mean, for instance, like I don't know what is up with like Impact Wrestling and when it comes to these categories, but like shouldn't they kind of put them in the same kind of weight category? I mean, they kind of did this already and it was throwing me off, especially with Steels and Havoc. I'm just like, dude, Steels is dying.
Well, I'll
Hmm?
give it sorry for this, but they kind of did. They did this because mainly of what's it called? The last match that they had, Tasha Steele versus Rosemary, ended with let's say, a cheating win. So technically, they run it back with Rosemary's partner, her tag team partner Havoc, and trying to take advantage of the distractions.
Oh, okay, gotcha. It's just like these type of wrestling things. Like I know it's not like UFC where it's obviously scripted or whatever, but it just felt kind of weird. Like their styles didn't like go clash to clash, and half the time it was just kind of Havoc. That's the one with this little ski mask thing, right?
Uh,
Demons?
Yeah, or the mask she's wearing. The one with the green hair or whatever.
Oh, Havoc's the gas mask.
Yeah, there you go. I
oh,
just
okay.
I just felt she couldn't really keep up with Steels, if I'm being honest, and it just felt kind of like weird when I was watching it. So it was just a 4 for me.
All right. Yeah. This was a mess. I'm not even gonna lie about it. I thought this was an absolute mess. Tasha Steeles. It definitely seems like she's a pretty good wrestler, and honestly, I'm not gonna knock down Havoc too much. Havoc had a few moments here and there too, but yeah, these two just had zero in-ring chemistry. They just could not connect whatsoever, and you felt that the entire time watching this match. And honestly, this was easily worst match of the night for me. I just was not impressed uh, by this match whatsoever. But yeah, so with that being said, though, I'm going to give this a 3.5.
A rating. So now let's get into the two best matches of the night, the two main events, I would say. It's the Impact World Championship match, Violent by Design, that is going to be Eric Young, Joe Diener, and I always forget the other guy's name because he's always forgettable, but I say the Maniac versus the Briscoes. And this was a banger. I really love this match. It was just super chaotic, but it was really great to see these two guys just fight. It was pretty much two rednecks, or two maniacs fight against each other. This was a great match, and they went for everything they had. And at the end, Briscoes are their new champions by the Doomsday Device, and this was a great match. To say, I'll probably give this an 8.5 for this.
All right, 8.5, 8.5. Then for you, Chris.
And honestly, same here. I have to just one thing. I want to make sure I get this correct, and correct me if I'm wrong. But weren't the Briscoes like the Ring of Honor tag team champions, right? Or am I thinking of somebody else?
Yeah, they were. They were. And
Yes,
then
they
they
were.
lost
Okay.
FTR
Oh,
at
thank
Super.
God.
No,
Okay.
yeah, at Supercard.
Okay, cool. Because like the moment I saw him perform, like, oh wait, I remember seeing these guys first thing at FTR, and again they bring another banger. Like, I don't think the Briscoe guys should be in Impact. They should like probably be in there with like AEW. Not to hate on Impact, but I want to see them fight, FTR more and more
We're just,
often.
dude, we're
No,
just downplaying
I
Impact
know,
with
I
Mia Yim
know,
and
I
now
know
the
it's.
Briscoes. Jesus,
I
it
know.
just sounds like we're Impact haters.
I'm not.
Fuck.
I'm not hating on Impact. There's some good things, and I enjoyed it. But anyways, back to the match at hand. The Briscoes killed it. Volume by Designs, they were kind of just like whatever. They're just props for the Briscoes, and I really enjoyed it. I can't wait to see more of these matches with Briscoes. At least you got new Vang.
Mm,
8 out of
yeah.
10.
All right, fair enough. So for me, yeah, I thought this was a very good match. I didn't quite like it as much as you guys did, but I really liked this match, and it was definitely a banger. Yeah, you could tell Tony Khan wanted nothing to do with the Briscoes after Super Carter Honor. They had that little FTR match, and I think that's all Tony Khan really needed the Briscoes for, because I know Warner Mania wants nothing to do with the Briscoes. So Tony Khan, if he wants to make ROH, as marketable as possible, unfortunately he couldn't really sign them. So yeah, it looks like they at least got accepted by Impact Wrestling here, and yeah, they became the champions. It definitely would have been a bad decision if they lost. So I'm glad that they went with a good decision here. The Briscoes for Impact Tag Team Champions. Nothing really too wrong with that, in my opinion. I'm going to give this match a 7.5 out of 10.
Say fair enough. Next is a big return that happened. First off, Moose rushes down the ring because he's pissed off that he lost the championship and he only got 3 days to prepare for this match. And Josh Alexander got about 3 or 4 months to prepare for the match. So he gets pissed off, trying to get the owner to get down the ring and do something about it. But the big return comes in. Sami Callihan comes back, the Death Machine, and he is back to fight against Moose at Slammiversary. This is a great match. The big backstory is because Moose broke the leg of Sami Callihan. Now he's back, and now he wants revenge against Moose. And this should be a great match to see at Slammiversary. I'm happy to see the Death Machine, Sami Callihan, back in Impact.
Honestly, yeah, simple story, but it works. And yeah, honestly, Moose versus Sami Callihan has the potential to be a banger.
Chris?
Mm-hmm. And then for me, this is the Josh Alexander, right? When we're discussing.
Oh no, we're talking about the Sami Callihan
Oh, okay.
return.
Okay. Well, for me, like I said before, not too familiar with Impact, so there's not much I can contribute. But hey, if we're gonna get another banger of a match soon, I will take it. So definitely hearing to say what Sammy has to like perform, not like the other goddamn Sammy. But we're not gonna talk about him.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So Berman, take it away with the main event.
Yeah. Before I do that really quickly, yeah, Sammy's gonna be so much better than the other Sammy we know that is the stupidest Sammy. This Sammy is gonna be the best Sammy and the Maniac Sammy, I would say. But for now, let's go to the main event, the best match of the night. This is the Impact World Championship. Josh Alexander, the champion, against Tomohiro Ishii. This fight and a half. This was a slobber knocker, I would say. This is a great match to see. All the counters, all the strikes, all the stiff clotheslines, and the stalling brainbusters. All these matches. This match was great, and this was great to see these two, and even mainly Josh Alexander being in a car crash with not being hurt that much, but still in the match after this thing happened. This is impressive for Alexander to do this, but even against Ishii. But this wasn't everyone was yelling, everyone was cheering mainly for Ishii. It was pretty much going only towards Ishii. Everyone wanted Ishii to win except Josh. Even if this match ended with a great powerbomb into the C4 spike. So I can't wait to see more from Josh Alexander. I'll give this a 9.
All right. fair enough. And then, what did you think, Chris?
And
Before
then,
I praised the hell out of this match.
ooh, then I guess I'm the black sheep again because I thought it was kind of just average. I don't know if it's like more technical wrestling or anything, but again, I have a problem when you have like a technical wrestler with more of a Japan wrestler because what's his what's his name? Where did he go? But you know
Wait,
who?
what do you mean?
I'm trying to pronounce his name. I just cannot. I'm trying to get it correctly. Son of a
Mahiro
Schnitzel.
Ishii.
There we go. Mahiro Ishii. Like I liked him a lot more better than Alexandria. Or yeah, Alexander. Sorry, but Ishii really killed it. Unfortunately, he wasn't gonna win because Josh is more. I'm assuming he's more of a more well-known name in Impact Wrestling, right?
Yes, he is.
So
Yeah, Ishii's more for the Japan side of things. He
so
isn't a complete main guy for Impact.
yeah. So from that moment, I kind of just knew that Alexander Jesus was gonna win. Nothing hating against the technical style. I get it, but just for me, I'm not a big fan of it, so it's getting a 7 for me.
Okay. Now, I think I love this match the most out of all three of us, if I have to be quite honest. I loved the chop fest because usually I'm not always for chop fest, but this one was just brutal. Some chops were literally to the throat, which gets in the way of Josh Alexander's breathing. And then you had a literal stalling superplex before a certain Cody Rhodes decided to steal that same move the next day. But besides that, yeah, Ishii did a better stalling suplex than Cody Rhodes. I'm sorry, but we'll get to that match later. Simply put, though, Ishii killed it. This was probably my favorite Ishii match this year, and Josh Alexander, he was going after Ishii's leg, just trying to go for that ankle lock submission, and even though he could never quite get to it, it then by the end of it simply just became a battle of the finishers because these two simply brutalized each other from start to finish, and whoever was able to hit their finisher first was the winner. And the person who hit their finisher first was Alexander when he hit that C4. And honestly, I don't remember the last time a world championship match only really had one finisher. And I'm saying that in a good way because I feel like nowadays there's too many championship matches with, underplaying the value of finishers. So, yeah, personally, I thought Alexander killed it. Ishii killed it. And overall, I definitely want these two to wrestle again someday, whenever that may be. And yeah, this was definitely a match of the year candidate, in my personal opinion. I'm going to give this a 9.5 out of 10. So, yeah, with all of this stuff being said, I thought this was an average show saved by the main event, if I'm being quite honest. There were some good things to enjoy, but let's be real. I paid $10 for that match, and my $10 was definitely worth it. So, yeah, I'm going to give this overall show a 6 out of 10 and let these two rate the show.
I go first. I give this a 7.5 mainly because I had probably 4 matches that I really liked, and I'm always love watching Impact. I'll be still watching Impact on Thursday. So big thing for me. I'll give it a 7.5 and leave it to Chris.
And then for me, I'm probably have to give it the weakest rating, probably a 7. I thought it was okay. There was definitely some matches that were more fun than anything, especially that AMAG tag team. And then of course you have that awesome Impact World Tag Team titles. And besides those two, those are the main ones I really enjoyed. So it's getting a 6 for me.
All right, fair enough. So 6 from me and Chris, 7.5 from Berman. So now we are moving on to WrestleMania Backlash 2022. So, yeah, Chris, I'm going to let you take the conversation first. Uh, what do you think, real quick?
Just
Oh,
real quick, uh, this was such a sleeper hit. I'm surprised this event didn't completely sucked. Like for instance, the last WrestleMania was good, like real good, but dude, holy crap, this show was such a banger. And there was only like one bad match that I disliked, but we'll talk about it soon.
for me, there were two.
For me, probably 2.
All right, fair enough. So, Okay. You guys want to begin, or Chris? Just saw the message. You want to eat real quick?
Nah, it's fine. Screw eating. WrestleMania Backlash.
All
It's
right.
more
So yeah,
important.
order you, Berman, then me. So we could just edit this part, but whatever. I just wanted to make sure. But yeah. Okay. Cool. You go first, Chris. Let's begin this.
So we kick things off with the Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins. Now, when they fought the first time, we were all on Twitter. We were trying to keep up, like, who the hell's his mystery opponent going to be? And of course, it's Cody Rhodes. No shocker. But god damn it, did they deliver again? Well, there were so many good instances of this match, especially when Cody Rhodes was trying to hit his little finisher, and then of course Seth Rollins just teasing him and making fun of him throughout the matches. It's like, I'm not falling for your tricks, you stupid old man. And then Cody just, oh, he so killed it. I wish he was like this in AEW all the fucking time, but hey, it is what it is. I really enjoyed this match. It's not as good as his first match he had with Seth Rollins, but this is definitely getting an 8 for me. This is a great way to kick off WrestleMania Backlash, and god damn it, it just gets better from here.
That is completely a fair statement. This is a great match. I love the Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins match in WrestleMania, but this match was really great. It was really interesting. It's pretty much Seth Rollins trying to mock the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, but Cody Rhodes got pissed off. And all these matches, I loved seeing the disaster kick. I'm always a big fan of seeing the disaster kick. And the match was great. All the counters, all the trying to counter into the curb stomp, all the counters to the Cody cutters or the crossroads. It was a great match, and I think next, if whatever match will be next for these two, it will be probably better than this one. And I probably give this one probably an 8.
All right. So now I'm going to say this: their first match was a 9.5 for me. This one was a 9. I thought it was an amazing match. The storytelling was definitely there in this one. Rollins came in prepared, unlike last time, and Rollins was simply put trying to make things more personal with Cody. Try to get into the head of Cody so he can find a way to beat Cody in the ring, and this caused Cody to get angrier and angrier throughout the match, as you see. And the match ending, people are very mixed on with Seth Rollins rolling up Cody and then Cody grabbing the tights. I wasn't very keen on that finish either, considering I feel like we should be selling off Cody as as a face that doesn't need to cheat at all. But
Karma.
I mean, it's karma. I
You know.
understand that it's revenge, but I don't know. I'm very mixed on it. And then honestly, yeah, I get it. It sets up a third match. It's probably going to be inside the Hell in a Cell, which will be amazing if they fight inside the Hell in a Cell, or if they just do a third match in general. Then that's fine. I'm very much enjoying this feud and this series, and it's definitely the best feud going on WWE programming as far as I can tell. So I'm not against this, continuing at all. But yeah, the thing that just edges it for me, honestly, when it comes to the WrestleMania match, is a lot of people can say maybe it's the surprise of Cody, but no. For me, what I really loved about the WrestleMania match was like all the teeny tiny references, like the pedigree teases, and then also Seth Rollins doing a reverse superplex into like the curtain call, which was his older brother's older finisher, and then just the ending with the tribute to Cody's father. Just that match just has so many elements in it that I just think are phenomenal. So with that being said, the WrestleMania match still edges it for me, but this was another amazing album from these two. So yeah, now we can move on to the second match on this show.
And that is going to be Bobby Lashley versus Omos. Well, let's be thankful that Bobby Lashley didn't get a concussion this time and Omos actually got proper training. But this match was okay at best. There wasn't that many particularly good spots. I just kind of thought it was mostly filler. But for what it is, it's fine. Omos can take it, I guess. The feud's kind of lame, so 5 out of 10 for me.
Probably the same thing as Quick. 5 out of 10. And I pretty much knew almost was going to win just because of MVP in the back, because I always know that he's going to try interfering in the match. but I'll probably give that same 5 out of 10.
All right, so now I'm going to be the black sheep because I'm about to rip this match a new butthole. So
Oh.
yeah. So with that being said, this match was a slow ass disaster. Bobby Lashley was literally freezing over and over again before his punches because Omos is that freaking slow in the ring. And I'm gonna be honest. All right, I don't like being that guy, to crap on wrestlers because these guys go out of their way. They tour 250 to 300 times throughout the year. Like I get it. They work very hard, and I appreciate all that they do. But Jesus Christ, I'm just gonna flat out say, Omos has been here for almost a year and a half. There's no excuse for him being as green as he is. Like, here's the thing, I checked out his interview. He seems like a nice guy and whatnot, not a problematic human being. But Jesus Christ, he is a really bad wrestler. And I think his wrestling skills are very, very green. And Bobby Lashley tried here. He really did. But God damn it, it's just such a hard task to have a good match with this dude. It's ridiculous. We have Great Khali literally all over again. And I'm not even over exaggerating on it. I know we have Samir Singh, which we haven't seen him wrestle yet. So who knows? Maybe that's the next Great Khali. But no, Omos is definitely right now the current Great Khali in the wrestling industry for me. I'm just very tired of seeing Omos in any role. And honestly, on paper, MVP and Omos made sense. And the more and more I think about it, why the hell did you fire Malcolm Bivens if you wanted to put a manager with Omos so bad? Why the hell did you have to break up MVP and Bobby for this feud to continue? And I don't even know why this feud had to continue. Their matches suck. So, yeah, this was a disaster. And I'm just going to say it. Omos shouldn't be getting pushed. And again, Great Khali all over again. I'm giving this a 3.5 out of 10. Screw this match.
Goes
Next match.
Dynamite. Well, this one, I would like your opinion, Daniel, because I remember you told me recently when their first match happened in WrestleMania. Oh, by the way, AJ Styles versus Edge, great. That you told me that people on Twitter were shitting on them so hard for being slow. And out of all people, I'm the one person that hates these matches, but god damn it, you're not going to diss these two legends. And I
Yeah.
guess, but this time, they took it quite a notch. Like, they went like fucking NXT 2.0, but like good. And what I mean by that, just edgy Styles and Edge just going at it. Like, no slow burning, just straight to violence, straight to the edge. Hee hee. But anywho,
Oh my.
got him. But anywho, this is another great match. They both had awesome moments, but what really, really got me was the ending of them introducing Ripley. Because at first they showed like a black hooded figure and it caused AJ Styles a match, and I was like, oh god damn it. And then we were texting, I think all three of us, and we were mentioning it like, oh maybe it's Ciampa. But dude, they got
Yeah.
Ripley. That's fucking awesome. So
That's incredibly awesome. Yeah.
This is getting a 9 for me. Take it away, Berman.
So, I do love this match. I always love watching AJ Styles and Edge, and I can't say that enough. I effing love Edge's entrances. It just looks like a freaking demon with his wings, the black wings. I always love seeing them. I always love hearing the music. I always love seeing the entrances come out. He's one of the most sinister people to come out, and I think this is a great match. This was pretty much comparable to the WrestleMania. This was a great match. I always love in the ending with Rhea Ripley. That is perfect. I thought it was Tommaso, but Rhea Ripley, that's perfect. We need a really bad we need a really bad women's that can destroy a lot of people in the women's division. So I gotta give this a 9. I love seeing this, and I can't wait to see more of this.
Now, this is an interesting thing that I have to point out here. So yeah, this match was honestly great. Great match. The beginning started really hot when AJ was just going at it, hit that springboard moonsault to the outside and whatnot. But yeah, and, a few issues I had. There are only a few because there's a lot more positive than negative in this match. So I'm just gonna get the negative out the way. The commentary literally was like doing a little, replay but on the other screen, Edge hit a spear, and no one reacted.
Yeah, that's the same thing. I knew the same thing happened. I'm like, damn it, why did you just do that? What the hell happened? Like,
Yeah,
no reaction from a freaking spear.
like
Just
imagine
yikes.
Kenny Omega hitting a one-winged angel during a picture-in-picture. That's basically the equivalent of what this was. Like this was ridiculous. But yeah, and then some people didn't quite love the ending. I thought the ending was fine. It could have maybe there could have been a better ending, but I thought it was fine. Um, yeah, things I also really love about this match was that Styles clash. Woo! That was a great clash. So yeah, the reveal with Rhea Ripley makes a lot of sense. Hence, her actions, why she turned on Liv Morgan recently. It makes a lot of sense. And this is just one booking decision I would make this year, even though this might be a little off topic. I'd give Judgment Day all the keys to the kingdom. I'd have Damian Priest win the men's Money in the Bank, and I'd have Rhea win the women's. Therefore, Judgment Day can strike at any moment, and basically there will be that fear behind the champion's back at every single second, because it's not just any ordinary people holding Money in the Bank; it's Judgment Day. And that's what Edge could be referring to as the Judgment Day has arrived in that sense.
Well, question for you, even if, because I don't know if it's me. Do you really just think that Damian Priest deserves that Money in Bank? Because I just saying
Yes, I believe he's ready.
But the Fiend's
I just
dead,
gotta say,
Daniel.
What?
I guess Chris first.
No, you go. I was making a stupid joke.
I just don't like his finisher right now. His finisher's the lifting flatliner. His freaking like Crossroads was so much better. And I know because of the Cody Rhodes coming back, they switched his finisher. But god damn it, that was a good rolling cutter. The flatliner just does not look good. Don't be wrong, the
I
finisher's
actually
not
like
that bad.
the flatliner. I'm not even gonna lie. But hey, like honestly though, I think Damian Priest is ready. He looks very strong as the United States champion. He played a very cool duality gimmick that honestly led to all of this. Him joining Judgment Day. Honestly, I think Damian Priest has a lot of potential. He also was responsible for training Bad Bunny and providing that great Mania match. Damian Priest is a great talent, and in my opinion, he should be one of WWE's future performers. He's one of their best from an in-ring standpoint and a believability standpoint. So that's why I vouch for him to become Money in the Bank this year. Even though everyone's going to say Cody Rhodes, I think Cody will get a title match without the Money in the Bank. The Money in the Bank, the purpose of it is to elevate somebody. I think that person should be Damian Priest. So, yeah, I love the reveal with Rhea Ripley. I'm going to give this match an 8.5 out of 10.
Chris,
Yeah, and then this match, I I like how like SmackDown like usually they disappoint us, and then I know for like the past couple of podcasts, shit, since the beginning of this channel, we're talking so much shit about Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey, right? But god damn it, I
Mainly
have
Charlotte for me,
well
but yeah.
mainly Charlotte, but dude, this match was so fucking good. Like I didn't expect it to like slap this hard. Ronda Rousey was killing it, dude. She did everything she could in this hardcore I Quit match, and not only that, Charlotte Flair actually did something new. She tried, guys. She actually tried wrestling for once. It's a goddamn miracle. But dude, this is definitely going to be a match of the year. It's so good. It was such a sleeper hit, and this is definitely a 10 out of 10 for me. It was so
Oh,
fucking good.
shit.
I
Oh, shit.
enjoyed it.
yeah,
So Ronda Rousey, congratulations to being the new champ. But god damn it, if you don't bring this kind of energy, shit, I can't believe I'm saying this right now, but like at this moment, she was the Roman Reigns. Like I would acknowledge you this time, but we'll get to you. We'll get to you later. But yeah, I
All
enjoyed it.
right.
Your turn, man.
All right. What do you think, Berman?
I really liked this match. It was great to see these two fight, and finally, they shared the same sentiment with Chris that she finally did some wrestling a little bit more, and she finally lost the effing title, and she gave and got Ronda Rousey as the new champion by a great match too, with the chair submission hold with the armbar. That's a great setup to it, and I love that she. And I always love I quit matches, and I think this was a great. I say this is a great match. I give this a 9 for me. This is a great match to see, and I can't wait to see more Ronda Rousey matches.
Wow, damn. All right. So, yeah, I have to say, I always knew Ronda was capable of putting on great matches. I just wanted to see it again. And I'm glad we finally got it. I felt like ever since she returned, she's kind of fell off in comparison to her first run back in, 2018 to 2019. Uh, but yeah, she did very, very good here. And man, I gotta give credit to Charlotte. I usually shit on her like all the time because of her lack of, reinvention. And I still believe that. I really hope once she returns, she comes back with an entirely new gimmick. No more the Queen. All right. I'm just saying it right now. I do not want the Queen ever again. Bring me someone new, please. Or if not someone new, at least do a twist on who you are. Just give me something authentic, please. That's all I'm really asking for here from Charlotte Flair. But no, this match was fun as hell, surprisingly. And yes, we did have very low expectations. So part of me does think maybe we are just praising the hell out of this match due to the low expectations. But then again, I don't think that at all. Like you had a freaking lightsaber battle with the kendo sticks. There was a pretty gnarly power bomb on the barricade from Charlotte to Ronda. And honestly, yeah, the ending was very great. Like this was fun. This was very fun. I got to give them both credit here. And I definitely would like more matches like this in the future from Ronda Rousey. It's definitely different. But yeah, like I like the fact that WWE were able to take their PG guidelines in a way, but kind of, have everything in this match fit that PG rating while still feeling very fun and, family friendly. So, yeah, with that being said, I'm going to give this an 8.5. Great match. But next, we got to talk about, in my opinion, the worst match of the night. Take it away, Chris.
So, you remember earlier in the podcast where I was saying I was going to eat real quick? So, this is how fucking forgettable this match is. I have currently a Popeyes chicken sandwich, right? And this sandwich is so good. Unfortunately, this Corbin match was just not hitting it. In fact, this match was so bad, I went to the bathroom.
You're just going to mukbang it. I respect it.
I proceeded to take a nap, and yeah, I'm just like, nah, fuck this match. I don't know why the hell we're still doing the Happy Corbin versus Madcap Moss. I don't know what the hell Vince is thinking. Who was actually watching this piece of a shit fucking match? But dude, this match is so dumb. Why is this a pay-per-view match? This is something fucking NXT 2.0 would come up with. Why are we fucking pushing them so hard? Screw this match. Fucking 1 out of 10. It sucks.
Hey. All right, then Thurman, take it away.
Well, same sentiment. I give it still a 1 out of 10. The only thing I liked was I liked that Madcap Moss won. I wanted him to win. That's the only thing I would say. I just say it's still 1 out of 10.
These two tried, but good God, this was shit. Absolute shit. I mean, yeah, both my co-hosts gave it a 1 out of 10, and I'm usually the one more negative than them, so that literally says it all. Yeah, this was very bad. This was just very bad. I'm gonna give them, you know what? I'll be nice. Due to the little bit of effort they both put into this match, I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 10. Now, let's move on to the main event.
The Bloodlines versus the Bloodlines versus RK Bro and Drew McIntyre. Now, for the moment, I'm kind of disappointed this is not a title match. I mean, shit, for weeks they were building up these two, they're going at it, and they also knock off Nakamura, but we're not going to talk about that right now. A different time. But honestly, this match was so good. This is well deserving of a main eventer. There were so many great moments from the Usos, mind you, and I hate them, but god damn it, I have to give it to them for selling most of these finishers. And god damn it, my boy Riddle, aka Riddler from the last debate, he was also did so many good matches, dude. Like for the moment, he has his little top spears. Him taking out all 3 of the tribal chief members, and I'm like,
No, that was
yeah,
Randy.
nah. Just let me
That was
believe.
Randy.
Nah, it's not Randy, dude.
You said just let me believe.
No, just let me believe. But you know what I mean. There were spots like that where he's taking at least the Usos, and also to mention the fact that Randy Orton, I like the guy. He RKO'd the shit out of Roman Reigns, and I'm like, yeah, that's what you get. But he should have stayed down. But we're not going to talk about that because of that crap. My boy Riddle took the pin and they lost, and I'm like, no. And not only that, Drew McIntyre even hit his fucking finisher on Roman Reigns. Like there were so many good spots in the match. It was excellent. But they made my boy Riddle take the loss, like I said before. And they're not gonna and the fucking post that Roman Reigns did after is like Riddle is a jobber. Like, no, you shut your whore mouth. You're just a bootleg Rock the Wayne Johnson. So don't come at me with
We're not
that
about to
crap.
do this. We're not about to do this. We're not about to do this.
So it's gonna be an 8 for me out of 10.
All right. Now, what do you think, Berman?
I love this match. This was a great match. Actually, yeah, I was expecting worse because I thought because of the titles, not titles, but it was a great match. All these Bloodline and Drew McIntyre and RK Bro, as they go in at it, pretty much doing like what's it called, Uranagis by Roman Reigns to pretty much everyone Uranagi through the table, super kicks, RKO from everyone, and the RKO spear counter that was really good. But it was kind of weird because of Roman Reigns' knees up on the floor first. But it was a great counter. It was a great counter. And Chris wants to say
Oh,
the Riddler who did it, but
the
it was a match. So I
You know
give
what?
this a 8.5. This was a great match, and I liked how they ended it with Roman Reigns sneakily tags in himself and then lets Jimmy take the blow and spears the hell out of Riddler.
You know what? His name going forward is Riddler.
That's
We're
it.
done calling him Riddle on
That's
this
it.
podcast. We're done.
Make it canon.
So, yeah. Rating on this match, Berman.
8.5.
All right. Now, I shall give my thoughts on this. Okay. So, yeah, I thought this was a very, very, very good match. Yeah, it should have definitely been winner takes all, and I feel like since it wasn't winner takes all, it just made me think like, man, this should be on a Raw or SmackDown. Like this is the monthly pay per view. Like this is the main event of your month. Like really, just I don't know. Like I thought it definitely should. There definitely should have been something on the line. But yeah, like all 6 of these uh wrestlers went off here. The Usos really went off here. And yeah, the one person though I gotta say was MVP of this entire match was Randy Orton, which is that honestly anything new? Is it really? No, it's not. Randy Orton had amazing RKO counters and dude, his timing on just every single move, every calculation he takes, it's just literal perfection. Like nobody can beat him in terms of, timing certain moves and timing things and making them look as, good and neat as they are, which is, which is why I get why Randy kind of doesn't like some of the NXT guys or newer generation guys who just kind of flip around a lot and don't sell a lot. I understand it. So yeah, Randy was GOAT in this match. And Chris, I'm sorry, dude. I have to disagree here. You're not having Orton or McIntyre get pinned. That's stupid.
No, I know. But he's not gonna diss my boy like that.
Dude, Riddle was the least big star out of the 6 in this match. That's a literal fact, though. Like, Roman really wasn't saying anything wrong. All 5 of them have Hall of Fame status so far. Riddle doesn't yet.
He will one day. Just you wait.
Well, technically, he is a kind of a Hall of Fame knockout in the UFC.
Well, true, but that's a UFC. This Roman's domain. But yeah, I mean, honestly, if we're trying to sell Reigns fighting either McIntyre or Orton, you can't have either of these two get pinned here. And yeah, the two who locked up the least was Reigns and Orton, and that, I believe that was definitely done intentionally. They're definitely saving what they got in store for a later date. So yeah, honestly, if the belts were on the line, I would give it an 8. but I have to give it a 7.5 due to the fact that I just kept thinking, man, nothing changes no matter who wins this match. And that's a huge, huge issue for me. So, yeah, to rate the overall show, I thought this was a pretty decent wrestling show. You know, I was thoroughly entertained all throughout. So, with that being said, though, it did not make me think, oh, I need to go see Raw and SmackDown this week on television, because really, besides Rhea joining Edge and Ronda becoming a new champion, nothing continuity-wise really happens here. So, with that being said, it would be a 7 in terms of a fun wrestling show, but overall, my score is going to be a 6.5. What do you guys give it?
And then I'd personally give it 8. I mean, aside from the 2 bad matches, there was plenty of good things that made up for this pay-per-view. I had low expectations, but I came out a happy customer. Still not gonna watch Raw or SmackDown, but I watch your pay-per-views. So yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's respectable. And Berman, rating for you.
I'll probably say with Chris, I'll probably give it an 8. I expect even very less from this matches, but it made me satisfied with all the matches except 2 of them. So I gave it an 8 for myself.
All right. Fair enough. So, thank you all so much for watching this double review of Impact in WWE. I've been Daniel.
I've been Chris.
I've been Berman.
Oh.
And we'll see you all in the next episode.